finally got together with somebody and watched Watcher in the Woods, which I'd wanted to see for a while. Now, that movie has a lot of things that I personally like. I like haunted houses. I like supernatural thrillers. I like 80s supernatural thrillers. And I like this mix of thriller and campy. Because the movie is pretty campy. But in a way that I personally enjoy and really get sucked into. And it's not too silly. Now, I know Disney released it. The shining grace of this movie is its cinematography. It is beautifully shot. Everything about the haunted house, everything about the church, everything about the woods was so beautiful. Every frame looked like it was something out of a well-crafted photograph. Now, the story, try not to give too many details away because it's definitely better. If you haven't seen it, it's better to go in surprised. But a family moves into a haunted house in England, and they suspect nothing. The two young girls, the main character's the older sister, they get that there's something happened at this house 30 years ago, and the older one feels this presence that she's somehow connected to. And the younger one is almost being taken over, being possessed. And what the story is unfolding as a result of that. It is a ton of fun. Now, the acting it's not played in a big dramatic way. It is portrayed in a little bit of this, a little silly, but not in a bad way, in a way that's a lot of fun. I personally still felt the suspense of it because they always have built up to something new, you learn something new every single time, every single scene. And they don't do a lot of these tropes of, oh, she sensed something, but she now has to convince everyone to believe her. Another thing I really liked about the film is it's a small family. And while the girls are the ones driving the action, the daughters are the focus of the story. But it's a cute family. It's nice to see. They're not, usually in horror movies, I tend to see abusive families or really dysfunctional families. And this was a really nice family. I thought the dad was really nice. The mom was really sweet. The sisters had a genuine chemistry. You know, they had their moments where they fought, but they still loved each other and would still try and save each other. The only thing I thought was a little off, but purely due to my modern sensibilities, is that the family mentions maybe 2 or 3 times that the youngest daughter eats a lot. And I thought, why? Didn't seem like there was much of a reason for it. I just crossed my mind as a little strange, especially because, come on, kids are growing. Anyways, just my stray observation. There are a lot of point of view shots. You do see something's watching them the whole time, and it is kind of fun to see from that angle. It is fun to see things build up. You do see you're with them a lot, but then you're with the other presence, the otherworldly, supernatural. The Watcher in the Woods. I'm gonna go with that. When I was watching, I thought Stranger Things and Gravity Falls both took a lot from this. Stranger Things with the otherworldly presence, and Gravity Falls there's triangle imagery in there. It's signaling more of this connection to the Bermuda Triangle, going off that imagery. I mean, there's more, but I feel like going into more detailed connecting it to Stranger Things and Gravity Falls would lead to spoilers, and it's much, much better to go in blind. I really had fun with this movie. And I really want to go back to a couple scenes because I really like the shots. One of my favorite shots was in the the main character goes into a fun house and she's around all these mirrors. I love these kinds of shots. And she has this connection to the Watcher in the Woods in the fun house. And she has this vision connecting her to it. It's brief, but it's so beautiful, it's so creative, and so cool, and maybe I actually wanted to go into a real haunted house based on this story, because it seemed so creative. What can I say? Glad I watched it, glad I finally got to branch out and watch something new.